So, I've decided to start up again. I've taken the plunge and here I am making YouTube videos. My videos probably won't have the same quality or be as regular as they were before. And as I deleted my old channel, we'll be starting from scratch in terms of subscribers and even videos. This is because I just don't have the time I used to before to make them. A great video used to take me the best part of a day, editing, etc., planning it out. And I can tell you now, that won't be happening here. I will be aiming at around 2 or 3 videos a month, if that. I have an idea for a monthly series, but this will be something I'll talk about in another video. The thought came to me, seeing as I was starting out again, that it would be a good idea to tell you my history, my gaming history that is. Don't worry, I won't be showing you any baby photos. I won't be going into too much detail really, probably just skim through it all. But I just thought it would be a good way to tell you what I'm about, and you can leave comments below if you wish, telling me your first gaming experiences or history. It would be a great way to get to know each other, I think, because essentially that's why I do this, to open myself up to the wider gaming community. I want to know your opinions, thoughts, and maybe even share a few of my own as well. But I digress a little bit. Without any further ado, here's my gaming history. The first gaming platform I ever played on was an Amiga. I can't remember the specifics, just that it was an Amiga. The game, however, was Paperboy, and I had a blast. It was so much fun and something I hadn't seen or experienced before. Unfortunately, it wasn't mine, or even in the same house. In fact, it was actually friends of my parents, and we only used to go there once or twice every few months or so. I remember pestering my folks just to let me go, to see when we were going again, all because of Paperboy. Looking back now, I can't help but laugh. But as I said, it was a new experience for me and I just wanted more. A couple of years passed and up until then, I had only really experienced the Amiga, briefly now and again on visits to my parents' friends, until one day they actually gave it to me. They gave me the Amiga and I was so excited. I played Paperboy to my heart's content and found out about other games, Lotus Racing and Football Manager, the two new favourite things in my life. But not for long, as everything seemed to just happen all at once after that. My cousins came to visit, and he brought his Sega Game Gear with him, along with Sonic the Hedgehog and Deep Duck Trouble. I showed absolutely no appreciation towards my Amiga after that. All I wanted was a Sega Game Gear. Around this time though, my sister had started dating and her boyfriend had a Sega Mega Drive. Probably in an attempt to sweeten the parents and become friendly with me, he actually gave me the Mega Drive. I experienced FIFA for the first time and continued my interest in Football Manager. My friends all had Nintendo 64s, but I didn't care. My cousin also got one and gave me his Game Gear. In the space of just a few months, I went from not having one gaming console to having 3. My Amiga just collected dust. The Game Gear I only used for watching television with an attachment you could get for it, but I was always on the Mega Drive. I only ever played FIFA and Football Manager, but it was all I needed. I heard about the Sega Saturn and wanted it. Pleaded for it even. Never got one. Then one Christmas I came downstairs and what did I see? No, not a Sega Saturn, but a PlayStation. Already set up and FIFA 96 in a case to the side. After hours and hours of thank yous and I finally got round to playing it, loved it, forgot all about Sega and was introduced to franchises such as Crash Bandicoot, Resident Evil, Tomb Raider and Silent Hill. To this day I haven't enjoyed gaming like that. The PlayStation was my first console that wasn't a hand-me-down, it was mine. Gran Turismo was my most played game, the original that is, never liked the others, followed by Tomb Raider. I was starting to lose interest in FIFA at this point. I still played it, but not as much anymore. A few years passed, spent playing and replaying the same old franchises, and I had left school by this point. It was 2001, the PlayStation 2 had already come out, and Microsoft were releasing a console of their own. I had been saving up to buy the PlayStation 2 myself, but again, one Christmas, there it was, a brand new PlayStation 2. I continued to play the likes of Tomb Raider and Silent Hill, etc., but often wondered what the fuss was about in terms of the Xbox. As I said, I had been saving up, so went for it. I bought an Xbox. This is where I continued my FIFA playing, but it was Halo and Fable that made me fall in love with it. Halo for how good it looked, and Fable for, well, it's Fable. Come on. I was torn between the two consoles. All my friends either had one or the other, each side asking me which one was better, the Xbox or the PlayStation 2, hoping I would say their console. Looking back, probably the Xbox was the better console. I remember GTA Vice City looking so much better on it, but at the time I couldn't choose. I liked the Xbox, it was my first console I'd ever bought myself, but I loved the PlayStation. The PlayStation brand had given me so many great memories over the years, and it's the first console I played that was actually mine. I will always be sentimental towards it, I guess in some ways even biased, but I can't help that. The new cycle was upon us. The PlayStation had been delayed in the UK for a year, but the Xbox was already out. I decided to wait for the PlayStation 3. I couldn't afford it. I had to sell the Xbox and PlayStation to pay for it, including all my games, but I regretted this. The dashboard seemed alien to me, the games didn't really interest me. I just thought I'd made a mistake selling my old consoles. I lasted a few months and sold my PlayStation 3 to buy the Xbox 360. I never looked back. This is the console that gave me Mass Effect and Gears of War. Mass Effect is my favourite franchise of all time. Gears is in my top 10. But when games like Infamous, Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, Resistance, Killzone, Uncharted, and of course The Last of Us started to drop, I wish I'd kept my PlayStation. But it is what it is. I've since repurchased the PlayStation 3 and I'm having a blast replaying older games and the PlayStation exclusives I've missed out on, but I'm not taking anything away from Xbox. It was on the Xbox 360 I finally decided to start playing online. Call of Duty was my first ever online multiplayer and it was great, but I'm going to be making a separate video on my Call of Duty experiences, so please stay tuned for that. And it's where I met Bioshake, who I still keep in contact with now and class him as a friend. In this time I also picked up a PlayStation Vita and enjoyed games like Killzone Mercenary and Uncharted Golden Abyss, but never really played it that much. So that leads us to the now. The current consoles have impressed me. The Xbox One still offers the superior online experience, but the PlayStation 4 is where I spend all my gaming time. I just associate it with single player and buy most of my games for it. It's also where I met Old School Campbell, who live streams a little now and again on Twitch and currently has around 6,000 followers, but I don't really have the same passion for gaming I once had, and I'm waiting for that one game to spark it all off again. Dragon Age Inquisition and Rising of Rome are probably my highlights so far of the new consoles. But there you have it, my gaming history. I hope I haven't bored you too much, and if you have lasted this long you deserve a medal. Please do comment below saying where it all started for you. I do hope you've enjoyed me reminisce and look back, but that's all I have. Until next time.